Hello Aries and welcome. So this is the third time I've tried to do this video. I have to keep rearranging myself because my phone is not happy with the sunlight, so it keeps overheating. So anyway, I now officially have oracle cards and the first set of tarot cards pulled. So let me start again. Couple housekeeping things. Everybody's outside, so if we get interrupted, I do apologize. I cuss a little bit, so if that's an issue for you, please, this probably isn't going to be a message for you. So this is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, with the month of June. We just started a new moon, and new moons bring new cycles. And the new moon in Gemini is bringing, when the new moon is in Gemini, what it is talking about is the new seeds that you are planting, intentions, ideas, thoughts, that you are planting to explore beyond, okay? And I thought, that's a great reading for the month of June. Let us see what seeds of intentions we are planting. Okay, so here we go. Your oracle cards. So the current energy for your month of June was the thinking man and the third chakra. And these here, see this? See how this man here, how am I going to do this without, come on. Okay, there's archways all behind this man, and archways are talking about new beginnings. Archways are talking about new ways forward, okay? New ideas, new things to embrace. And it's clear with this man how he's focused on this crystal here. This is talking about something that he values, something that he's inspecting as a whole, and really taking the time to contemplate what it is and that he wants to manifest from this, okay? How he wants to see this crystal really changing within his hands. And when the third chakra is behind that, that's talking about your solar plex, and that's talking about your third chakra, which is your center of your being, you know, your spiritual being. Your solar plex is the place in which the energies of who you are as a spiritual being are given, and how you know, interpret, like how you take in those energies from the world around you, okay? That's what we're talking about when we're talking about your solar plex. When it's upright like this, it's talking about the enthusiasm of the being that you are, okay? And I really feel with this month's energies here, it's talking about the ways forward and how you are going to begin to embrace, you know, these energies, how you are going to begin to embrace who you are as a new spiritual whole being, okay? Now, the cards that were on the bottom, actually, no, there's two ways. There's two ways that I interpreted these. So, very much so, this was a personal message as an Aries, was, you know, that empowerment of going forward and knowing that who you are as a spiritual being right now, who you are growing as your own spiritual being, that light, this crystal that is inside you, like this is a crystal within this solar plex here, okay? And this is talking about inspecting who you are. This can also be talking about a man in your life, okay? And whether this is somebody who you know, is coming in to give you some sort of wisdom and understanding, some teachings behind maybe something spiritual. Maybe it's an educational thing, okay? Maybe it's just growth and lessons in life, okay? But that this can also be talking about, it can be talking about some sort of masculine energy, okay? And that they are also embracing kind of this new whole center of who they are. And the reason I wanted to clarify that was because the underlying here was indecision, caring connections, the angel of strength, and door to personal healing and happiness. See indecision here? I mean, there are so many times in our lives where we are faced with a fork in the road, right? And that indecision of, okay, which way am I gonna go from here? And caring connections, I mean, caring connections here. Okay, this is talking about some sort of relationship. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, but I'm really feeling that this month is really talking about that indecision of which way you are going to go with certain connections in your life, okay? And the angel of strength was behind that. And this is talking about the inner strength that you must connect to. This is talking about who you are as this lion inside of you, okay? And with the door to personal happiness, this and this come very closely together, because this kind of true solid strength, that understanding of who you are, who you want to become, who you want to be in this lifetime, okay? These morals, these standards, this strength, okay? This is what opens this door to personal healing and happiness. Because when you can embrace this kind of inner strength, right? Embracing these, embracing who you want to become, embracing this crystal within your soul, like it all becomes clear. This indecision kind of it just becomes less of a unclear choice. Okay, when you embrace the strength that is within your soul and you embrace who you are, who you want to become, you align yourself with energies that are at a higher kind of frequency than the low vibration energies that we can sometimes have in our lives, right? So when you embrace yourself with those higher kind of vibration energies, what you are doing is aligning yourself to more powerful opportunities, I want to say, actually. Okay? You're aligning yourself to the things in life that are really going to inspire you, but also fill this third chakra. Okay? Fill this person, fill this spiritual being within inside you. Because when you connect with who you are spiritually, when you embrace these doors to personal healing and happiness, okay? It doesn't matter what's happening on the outside, because what's happening within your soul and within your own spiritual journey, that is what is feeding you. That is what is keeping you going. Okay, so indecision with those caring connections, no matter what the connection is, whether it's a romantic connection, whether it's a work connection, whether it's a family connection, okay? You must embrace who you are. You must embrace who you are wanting to become, right? Even if we are not always that perfect person that we think, okay, this is who I want to be. When you show up and you just continue to focus, right, on growing that new person, when you continue, even on the days that you maybe mess up or something, but you show up the next day and you continue to put the energy into becoming that good person. You feed those energies day after day after day, and the more you feed those higher vibration energies, the more you stay on that higher vibration kind of wavelength. Does that make sense? Okay, so the energies that you were asked to embrace for the month was the snake spirit, and the snake spirit is a time to heal, and I'm going to read the message out of the book for this one because it's absolutely beautiful. Snake spirit, a time to heal. And it says, all of us need to heal. Let me start that again because I messed that up already. All of us need healing at times, and when Snake Spirit appears, it is a time to repair, renew, and replenish yourself and your vulnerable heart. Self-care and maintenance work are needed so that your vitality can arise. Give yourself the space to nourish your own well-being. Vulnerability is necessary for friendships and partnerships to work, which means all of us will have tender emotions at times. Be gentle with yourself and others at now. Shed the past and step into new ways of being, for vitality is rising in you. This might be a good time to honor the work that you have done to heal and grow and repair any damage within you, within those you care about, and within your community. Celebrate together how far all of you have come in your healing journey and all that you have created. Unburden yourself of anything that no longer supports wellness, prosperity, and positive relationships and well-being, and open the door for healing to occur. As a protective message, it says, no matter how much you may have lost or how you have been disappointed, you are called by Snake Spirit to shed the past and practice radical self-acceptance now. Only by forgiving yourself can you move on, regardless of whether anyone else is ready for healing. When your tender new skin first becomes exposed, you may feel uncomfortable. Love yourself and remain vulnerable anyway. You have been weak, but now you are becoming strong and developing wisdom, and you will do better in the future. Snake Spirit reminds you that hearts can be easily wounded. Apologies and amends go a long way. Self-forgiveness is your role in what happened. Self-forgiveness for your role in what happened can help you heal. Remember, it is the one who has been wounded who often has the greatest power to help others heal. Isn't that a beautiful message? And the swan spirit was at the bottom of that deck, and that says it's a time to dive deep. And this is going below the surface level, guys. It's going below the surface level. And actually the vulture was after that, and that's nothing's wasted. And that's talking about the hard kind of crummy situations that have, occurred in our lives, the hard, difficult things. And that even though, those pains and those gruesome kind of realities may happen in our lives, they're not they're not just because. They serve a purpose, right? And going below the surface level like that swan, diving deep below the surface level, exposing and allowing that new skin to have the opportunities to heal and grow, guys, that's a huge step. And that's a huge kind of piece and place to go into. Okay, that's a beautiful energies to embrace. That's a beautiful energy force to embrace in your everyday life, right? Having that kind of just higher, more enthusiastic acceptance for who you are. Okay. It's so stinking warm out here that I think my coffee's just been raging hot for forever. I just keep putting it in the sun and it just keeps warming up. I love it. The angel message that, oh my gosh, that didn't even make sense. The angel messages that came out for you guys was counselor. You're a natural counselor and many people benefit from your guidance and reassurance. And moon cycles. Notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations, and capitalize upon these. And this is so important. I was quite intrigued that this one came out when we are discussing this new moon, when we're talking about this new moon. And it's, the angels are just saying, now is the time, plant those seeds. Now is the time. Plant the intentions, plant the ideas. Even if you have no idea where they're gonna grow, plant them. Plant them so that they are planted and you can explore them as they begin to grow, as you begin to embrace your third chakra. This crystal within your hand will continue to grow. Teaching and learning was at the bottom of your angel card deck, and it says keep an open mind and learn new ideas, then teach these ideas to others. And I really just thought with the counselor and then that teaching at the bottom, guys, like you Aries have, you have that driven mindset. You are, when focused on something powerful and enlightening, you can go for it. And, and that's something that can be very much achieved. And others will see your light. Others will take notice of your ability to lead, okay? And your ability to do so in a vulnerable kind of state with realness. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's get into the tarot. So that was it for the oracle. Let's get into the tarot. So the three questions that I pulled for, the first one was inner truth about what you want. The second question was inner truth about what you need. And then the third question was outer attitude towards achievement. So let's get into this. Inner truth about what you want was the Two of Swords and the Emperor, which is your card, Aries. See here? This is your ram up here. This is your this is your tarot major arcana card. Okay? And the Emperor is talking about being that solid place. Okay? Understanding who you are, understanding the lessons that it took, understanding the place that and the role that you play within this, okay? And when this is talking about inner truth that you want, I really feel that there's this blockage, right? And it's almost as though you feel blocked and unable to really embrace who you are as that emperor, okay? We're gonna go back through and clarify all these, but I do just wanna kind of show you the two cards that came out for all three questions, okay? So that was the inner truth about what you want. I really feel that it's that blockage towards embracing yourself as the emperor, embracing the emperor within you, okay? The inner truth about what you need was the Six of Swords and the Three of Swords. And this is moving away. This is moving, like this Six of Swords, this is passageways, and not maybe the prettiest passageways. Healing sometimes isn't the prettiest thing, okay? It's not the most comfortable place for us to be sitting when we heal, okay? But this Six of Swords is talking about spirit pulling your boat and guiding you, aligning you and continuing to move you. And when the Three of Swords, when you're moving away from this heartache, these pains, this here, look at this girl. Anguish, completely tied, bound to the heartstrings of, this broken heart. And look, those heartstrings attached to trees and, roots that run deep within her life. This is pains. This is true pains. Heartache is a real thing, guys, okay? And it doesn't have to be romantic heartache. There is heartache in all parts of our lives, okay? But understand that the inner truth here is that it's time for you to move forward from this. It's time for you to trust spirit so that you can move forward, so that you can release yourself from these strings, because you probably can't see it because of the lighting here. But there are these red strings that go wrapped tightly around her arms. Tightly around her chest, and they are tight. Like, look at her face. She's in pain from those strings. But they're not wrapped around her arms. Her arms are free. And just like this Two of Swords, your arms are free. Spirit has untied you. Spirit has freed you from the burdens. Okay? The light has been given, so start to embrace it, right? Okay, so the outer attitude towards the achievement was the Temperance and the Page of Cups in reverse. Okay? And when this is talking about your outer attitude, this is talking about the balance and having this balance in between here, okay? And when the Page of Cups is in reverse, this is kind of about like, to me, it's really like you're kind of missing the signs, okay? You're kind of like maybe almost even avoiding the truth of it just because maybe you just don't want to see it for what it is, okay? Maybe there's some part of it that you're just not really, yeah, we're going to clarify that, but I really feel like that's just like you not being honest with the situation at hand, okay? All right, so let's start here. Let's start with the inner truth about what you need. And it was the Two of Swords and the Emperor. Spirit, can you clarify the Two of Swords for us? What is the Two of Swords? The Two of Swords was clarified by the Four of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. And the Emperor, Spirit. And the Page of Cups upright. The Devil on the bottom. Devil, Judgment, Eight of Cups, guys. With the Chariot. Well, Three of Wands and then the Chariot. There is toxic energy, okay? And we need to remember sometimes that sometimes we just have allowed for toxic energies to have a place in our life, okay? Not necessarily that it's an actual, maybe current even issue, okay? But sometimes we hold on to the toxic energy. Sometimes we allow that low vibration energy to just attach itself to us, and we don't actually take the step to say no more. That's it. I'm done with that. I'm cutting those ties, okay? And I really feel like about this inner truth about what you want, it's about breaking free, okay? It's about breaking free from feeling tied and bound and confused and unsure. When you're in Aries, like, look at this. Your true power is to be the Emperor. Your true power is to feel solid within who you are. Emotionally, spiritually, 3D. You are an emperor of your own world, and that is the power within you that you are naturally going to feel called to want to be, okay? You are. This Two of Swords was clarified by the Four of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. And look at this. The Four of Swords is talking about taking that time out. It's talking about connecting back to that spirit, back to that light within inside of you. And the Four of Swords, the Four of Pentacles is talking, look at this. Look at how these kind of all go together, right? They all string together. Now, to some certain extent, that could be that could almost be like binds, being too bound to the material aspects of your life. But it can also be talking about knowing your worth and understanding that who you are as an Aries, as an Emperor, you have been given the birthright to be solid within yourself, right? I mean, we all have. But as an Aries, you truly embody these qualities of just being powerful within your own. But if you're not embracing them, if you're not embracing this light, if you're not connecting with spirit, just with you and spirit, to embrace this light within you, then how are you going to understand your worth? How are you going to understand your true purpose, right? This Devil at the bottom of the deck, these negative attachments, these things that you were attached to, they were followed by the Judgment and the Eight of Cups. Because there is an energy here. There is some sort of toxic, low vibration energy that you are just allowing to blindfold you. Allowing you to feel trapped. And when you take the time to connect with spirit, when you take the time to connect and understand that who you are as a spiritual being is very valuable in this place, is very valuable in this world, is very valuable to the people around you, to the life that you are creating, to the legacy that you are leaving, okay? When you begin to embrace that, guys, you begin to embrace your Emperor, right? And the Emperor is the daughter of cups. That is the Page of Cups. That is that enthusiasm. That is that joy. That's, that emotional fulfillment for being excited for who you are, for being excited for the life, the gifts that you have been given, the opportunity to be here, for your spirit to be like, yes, okay, I have learned the lessons that my you know, that my spirit came here to learn. Our bodies are just merely shells in which we are, you know, living lessons, right? Overcoming obstacles for our spiritual beings, right? And when we can embrace that, when you can truly understand that the lessons here are to serve a more deeper, fulfilling kind of level than just, you know, the surface level 3D things, right? When you connect and really begin to understand that this light within inside of you is what this is all about, and embracing the lessons for that light, that's where you really truly begin to find the healing. That's where you really begin to find the clarity and the higher, you know, the clarity to the higher intentions, the clarity to the higher energies. Does that make, I keep asking it, does that make sense? And I feel like that's my new saying right now, and I should knock that off because that's what's coming out of my mouth. So for the inner truth about what you want, guys, you want to embrace who you are. It's like you feel blocked towards embracing just your beautiful, powerful emperor. And the clarity of that is saying, embrace yourself. Connect with spirit. Put yourself in the timeout. Find that light within inside of you. Because when you find that light within inside of you, you will find your worth. You will understand who you are. There's that foundation, you know, the foundation of who you are, your worth. Okay? And with being enthusiastic, with accepting who you are, you know, with joy and excitement and kind of like a carefree kind of like childlike enthusiasm, you know, life becomes fun. Okay, the inner truth about what you need. The inner truth spirit about what they need. They have the 6 of Swords and the 3 of Swords. Clarify the 6 of Swords for me. 4 of Cups. Guys, this 6 of Swords, oh, it's 4 of Cups, and sorry, the 9 of Cups was on the bottom of it. Okay? The 6 of Swords here, this passageway forward, what you need to understand, the inner truth about what you need is that you need to go forward. It is time to get your butt in this boat and let spirit, see these crows? Let spirit guide you. Let spirit take you from the place of negative, toxic energies and move you along. It's time to get in the boat. It's time to sail the seas. Where you have been is not serving you. And to clarify that was the 4 of Cups and the 9 of Cups. And the 4 of Cups is talking about cups that have been spilt. Things that have been spilt, opportunities that have been spilt that have probably broke your freaking heart, okay? Things that you thought there was so much potential, there was so much life, I had enthusiasm for that, that was something I wanted, okay, yes. But whether it was your self-will, whether it was the self-will of others, within that situation something did not work. And to deny that, to think that, well, no, those cups were spilt and I'm just going to sit here because my cups have been spilled. Well, you're denying your own true purpose. Because what is for you will be for you. If a relationship didn't work out or something didn't, you know, whether that's a work relationship or a romantic relationship or a marriage or, you know, something along those lines, if it didn't work out and those cups got spilt, okay. Mourn what was spilt. And then embrace the cup that is still there, because that's what this is talking about. Spirit is saying, yes, some cups were spilt. Yes, okay. But there's still a cup here for you. Spirit is still offering you a cup. And see, when you embrace Spirit's cup, see these moons here? When you embrace the cup that Spirit is offering you, when you can overcome and just look past the cups that got spilled and embrace the cup that Spirit is offering you and Spirit is giving you, embrace the journey that Spirit is like, come on, get in the boat. I'm trying to take you to your cup. By embracing that cup, Spirit fills all 9 of your self-fulfillment cups. Because that's where it's at, guys. Okay? It's not about the cups that got spilled. It's not about the things in our life that we think, how can I ever get past that? Okay? If it crumbled, it had to crumble. There was something within that was not going to align you with the point and the purpose that you needed to go on to. And when you can again reflect with this 4 of Swords, when you can sit in that time out and find that place within yourself, that light within yourself, you can begin to see that, yes, okay, those cups, be it as what they may, no matter the heartbreak, they weren't for me. And I'm going to embrace the cup that Spirit gives me. And when you embrace that cup, I'm telling you guys, there's so much fulfillment. There is. Your cups will just begin to overflow. okay? There will be so much fulfillment. It'll be hard to even like fathom, you know, the cups that have been spilt. The Three of Swords. Clarify this Three of Swords for us, Spirit. Three of Swords was clarified by the Two of Cups. You know, it's probably a relationship, some sort of connection. Okay, the Three of Swords was clarified by the Two of Cups, and then the Six of Cups in reverse, and the Six of Pentacles in reverse. To me, I really feel like this cup, this connection, this heartbreak that has come down, this was a soulmate, maybe even a twin flame, you know, maybe somebody that, you know, twin flames have those connections, and you have to understand that just because you're a twin flame doesn't necessarily mean that in this lifetime you are meant to be together in this lifetime. It's about the things that you will help each other grow, and sometimes it's a very painful cycle to understand that, okay, though I love him or her or whatever that may be, though I love this relationship, for us to go forward, for this relationship to even be somewhat remotely positive for this lifetime and learn the lessons, I have to go forward and I have to have clearer, better, higher intentions. Because the only way that, you know, you can kind of steer the whole ship and the whole thing going forward, you know, is by you aligning yourself with the higher intentions and you aligning yourself with the truth, okay? And the truth can sometimes be heartbreaking, guys. That's just the way it is, okay? But the Six of Cups and the Six of Pentacles, when it clarifies this heartbreak, okay? This is how they go like this, okay? Somebody wasn't ready to embrace that kind of positive energy here, okay? Somebody wasn't ready to commit to that kind of connection of beings, you know? And that's okay. That's okay. I know in this lifetime it'll probably be really hard, but you have to understand this is just one of many, okay? In order for you to truly heal and embrace what has come here, you must understand, you gotta sit back and you really have to focus on that Four of Swords, because you must understand that your healing, with or without this other person, with or without this caring connection for what it is, your healing and the healing of the whole situation comes from you aligning yourself to something higher. You aligning yourself to just, this is the higher road. This is the truth of the matter, no matter the heartbreak, no matter what it is. These are the intentions, these are the energies that I am going to feed, okay? The outward attitude towards achievement was the Temperance. Clarify this Temperance. The World, yep, the World and the Father of Pentacles, absolutely, because you need to be able to look back. You need to appreciate it at a whole. Sorry guys, I'm gonna just move you back. Just give me 1 second here. You're getting in the sun, and I really don't want my camera. Sorry guys. I really don't want that to, yeah, I really definitely do not want this camera shorting out again, so I just needed to move you back. Okay, so the Temperance. The Temperance was clarified by the World, okay? The World and the Father of Pentacles, okay? Because as you embrace all the parts, as you can sit back as a whole being and understand that, look, this is what it has taken, this is what, you know, has come to be. You know, these are all the parts that played, you know, for me to embrace who I am as the King of Pentacles. Because the King of Pentacles, like, that is somebody of prosperity. You know, that is somebody of fulfillment. That is somebody who understands what it took, the work that it took to get to the place that they are at, okay? And when you're talking about this Temperance, it's the balance. It's the balance in understanding, right, that it took all the parts, okay? It took all the parts, babe. It did. It took all the lessons. It took all the parts for you to be able to truly understand and balance this, for you to truly embrace this whole new outlook, this emperor that you are. It took all the lessons, because without all those lessons, how would you be so solidly you, right? Without all the work that it took, how would you be who you are? I don't know. Okay, that Page of Cups in reverse. Where did you go? Page of Cups here, in reverse. Oh, right there. Where's my other deck? Oh my goodness. Page of Cups in reverse. What's this Page of Cups in reverse here, Spirit? Can you clarify this Page of Cups in reverse? Oh, now I don't even know what to take. Seven of Cups and the Wishing Star. I think that there's just a lot of opportunities before you, okay? And it's kind of almost like you're wishing on maybe a lot of stars. Yeah, five of Wands at the bottom. I feel like this Page of Cups in this situation that maybe you're just not being quite realistic about. Maybe you're just kind of having high hopes and not really actually paying to the truth to the situation here, okay? I feel like you're kind of wishing on maybe cups that don't necessarily serve your higher intention, okay? And that's important. Make sure that the seeds you are planting, make sure that the intentions and the thoughts and the ideas that you are wanting to grow, make sure they align with who you are. Make sure they align with the spiritual being that you want to be, right? That's what's important here, okay? There's new opportunity here. There's new cups that are coming in. Things are changing. Things are moving. Things are coming towards you. But you have to cut the old. You have to cut away those negative energies. You have to cut the toxic ties. Because when you can cut those ties, when you can release yourself from that and say, it served its lesson. I've done what I can do here. But what is here is only going to hold me tight. It's only going to bind me to things that aren't even going to align me or serve me with what I want to become. Okay? When you can remove yourself, when you can cut those ties, when you can say, no, I'm liberating myself, I'm moving on from here, okay? You keep your ideas, you speak your truth, okay? You move away from that kind of feeling of despair and you embrace yourself, okay? You embrace the light within inside of you because that's what's important, right? That's what's important. It's embracing that light within inside you. It's embracing who you authentically are, because when you embrace who you authentically are, the indecision of which way forward, the indecision of, you know, what's right for you and what's wrong for you, it's very clear, because you're like, that doesn't really serve the person I want to be. This serves a much more truer me, right? And that's what's important. Serving the truer you. That's what's important, right? And that comes from that self-reflection, right? That comes from taking that time out like that Four of Swords, right? And putting yourself in the place of connecting to who you are, right? Right. All right, let's get some guidance here. Let's get a last message of guidance here from Spirit. I was going to do the Taurus video right after this. I like to kind of do them in twos. So I was going to do the Taurus video after this, but I definitely have to relocate myself because, like, I thought I was sitting close enough in the shade, and I'm not. I'm sweating. My pool's freezing cold, but I'm actually contemplating maybe jumping in it. I'm not really. I don't like cold water. Okay, guidance. Sometimes they just do that. Guidance, guidance. It was the Justice, the Ten of Cups, and the Chariot. Guys, this justice, like, that's liberation. You know, that's liberating yourself. It's yeah. 9 of, oh my goodness, guys. Okay. Your guidance here. 9 of Pentacles at the bottom. 9 of Wands at the bottom. 5 of Air and Love. And the Lovers. Okay? Guys? And the page, actually, the Page of Fire, the Page of Wands was behind that, Love, and then the Four of Wands. As guidance, Spirit is really saying you need to embrace who you are. You need to embrace your authentic self, your true inner spiritual self. Embrace who you are. Embrace that light within inside you. And then make sure that the things that do not align with that true inner self, okay, the things that are not the same kind of vibration that you are working with here, those need to go. You need to liberate yourself from that, okay? By liberating yourself from that, by drawing the line and saying, no, that does not serve me. No, that is not for me. What I want for this is not, that's not the energies I'm getting from this. So therefore, this cannot be for me, okay? When you can draw that line, when you can bring justice to the situation and say, no more, you liberate yourself. And that is what justice is about. It's about liberating the true you inside of you. It's about giving the person and the soul being within inside of you the opportunity and the place to be, this is who I am. These are the energies, these are the things. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the connection. It doesn't matter the soul contract. Twin flame, whatever. No, it doesn't. Because that connection to spirit, that personal connection for you, that's what's first. Okay? That is important. And if you are sabotaging that for any sort of reason because of energies of outside sources, from any kind of connection, that needs to be addressed. And this has been, our May reading for you guys was all about happy family and connections, right? And this June, it's saying you need to step that game up. You need to set your intentions and you need to set your guidelines and say, this is who I am. And that's not serving me. It's not. There's happiness. True fulfilling happiness on both sides of that. Okay? Because no matter the hardship, no matter the whatever it is, when you liberate yourself, you liberate that other person. Okay? You do. And yeah, okay, sometimes that liberation's kind of painful, okay? Sometimes cutting those ties is kind of painful, but especially when it comes to a twin flame kind of contract, okay? When you can step back and say, no, we're not rolling on this low vibration energy anymore. And for the sake of both of our souls, we're moving forward at this direction. I'm cutting myself because, I'm cutting myself off from the energies because together, we're just mirroring negative toxic energies. That person's wavelengths, they're lower than yours. Okay? They're feeding some sort of more lower vibration energy here. And that does not work for you. Whatever that is, whatever you are attached to, whatever you are holding to, and that kind of toxic low vibration energy, that is what needs to go. Because until you do that, until you liberate yourself from those kind of lower wavelengths, you're not going to get anywhere, guys. Not that you're not going to get anywhere, but you're certainly not going to get anywhere on your roads of higher intentions. Okay? The Chariot, guys, there's movement here, divine movement. Okay, it's time to just take those reins and steer your chariot down the direction that you want to go. Understanding that you have the power to say, no, we're going this way. No, I refuse to go down those lower vibration paths anymore, and I am going this way. I am planting my seeds, and I am exploring routes and opportunities, but I am going this way. The indecision behind it is gone because you align yourself to the higher power. You align yourself to your higher purpose, your higher line. And I cannot say that enough. That's where it's at. And the sun is behind that. It is. Because when you align yourself to the fulfillment, when you align yourself to the things in your life that are for you, hello, it's for you. It's fulfilling. It's abundant. It's happiness. It's all the good things you can't even possibly imagine. It's the good things. That's what that's about. Okay? Guys, just liberate yourself. That's what it comes down to, right? It comes down to understanding, and I know sometimes we get caught in the, in the thinking, in the mindset that, well, maybe, what am I trying to say, Spirit? Sorry, guys, I'm just kind of having a little argument in my mind here because I thought that I could say that. And Spirit's like, no, that's not the way you should say it. So we're just going to skip that because it's about, yes, okay. It's about liberating yourself for the highest intention of that connection. Okay? It is. Because no matter the pain, no matter what is happening, no matter how it is, when you can liberate yourself and say, those are no longer the energies that I am going to be rolling in, you stop that cycle. You stop that horrible cycle from continuing to complete because you learned the lesson. You liberated yourself out of that lesson. You leveled up. Okay? Untethered soul, what do you have to say to the Aries for the month of June? What is your last message you have to say to Aries for the month of June? Untethered soul. Just relax and release and deal with only what's left in front of you. You do not need to worry about the rest. Just relax and release and deal only with what's left in front of you. You do not need to worry about the rest. Isn't that beautiful? Wow, Aries. What a lovely, lovely, and true freedom is very close. It's just on the other side of your walls. Release those walls, guys. Bring them down. That's where it's at. All right, guys, that's it for your month of June. Plant those seeds and plant them well and watch them explore, you know, nourish them, give them lots of love and truth. And until next time, please like, subscribe, share this. I would love to hear your comments, please. I love hearing comments. So yeah, okay, until next time, take care of yourselves. Bye now.